Hey everybody, my name is Jared Bendis. I am the Creative New Media Officer for the Friedman Center for Digital Scholarship at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. But I'm also the on-air tech guru for WCPN PBS in Cleveland, Ohio, which is really fun. It's Idea Stream. And for the past many years, I have been attending the Consumer Electronics Show, where I have been going crazy with the toys. That's what I do. I seek out fun and exciting little toys. I try them. I pitch them, I tell you if it's good, I tell you if it's crap, I tell you what I think might be cool, I tell you what I think is way out there because I'm not rich, and I usually post it to Instagram. If we take a look at my Instagram feed, JaredX2, please subscribe. If I go back to my Instagram feed, you're going to see, oh my god, I am the king of these 1-minute videos. And last year alone, I probably posted a couple, I think like 120 of them. I mean, we're talking about hours and hours of footage, 1 minute at a time. And I walk everywhere. I'm up and down the floor and I'm getting swag and people are giving me stuff and I'm meeting people. I'm having a good time in Vegas because it's Vegas and it's fun and it's a conference and I'm seeing everything there is to see. Well, welcome to the pandemic. Now, we've known for a while that CES was going to go all digital. And by the way, kudos to them. They didn't even wait. They're like, no, we're not having this. And they're doing the best they can because the Consumer Electronics Show is really the world's largest trade show. It's every convention center in Vegas. It's all the good stuff. It's the big companies and it's the small companies. And really, I'm there to have a good time and to relate it to you as well. I'm also there to shop. I'm there to look for things that are practical for me to use today. Things I never even thought of before. But we're all digital. Now, it's weird for me because I, as much as I'm a hype man, I want to touch it first. And by the way, anybody out there, send me stuff. I'll pitch it for you. Check out my Instagram feed. That's what I do. Also, by the way, I have a Twitter feed. It's pretty much the same as the Instagram feed. I do other things than products and technology, by the way. I do a lot of vintage gaming. I do art stuff. And on Twitter, I complain if people are mean to me. But for the most part, I am the gadget guy. I'm a gadgeteer. That's what I do. So we're still going to do CES virtually. Matter of fact, it's the last day. But how am I going to do this? How am I going to do CES? And I've decided that I'm going to take a 4-pronged approach to doing CES. And originally I was going to live stream what I'm doing right now, but I had this horrible thought that what if it's boring? Or what if I say something stupid? And I'm thinking, no, instead of live streaming, I'm going to record this and edit out the boring parts. And hopefully there aren't any boring parts. I'm going to keep the edits to a minimum because I want to be as honest as I can, but at the same time, I don't want to risk boring you because I have no idea how long this is going to be. So as much as I admire the Consumer Electronics Show, and I admire them, I hate their user interface. I hate virtual conferences. I hate virtual conventions. I mean, right now, I'm not wearing any pants. Or am I? I still shaved for this, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And you know what? You have to ask yourself, who are the target audiences and what are they trying to do? And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'm the target audience. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I have been getting an enormous amount of email. And when I say an enormous amount of email, I mean an enormous amount of email. And this is all the email that I have flagged as CES related. And so one of the things that I want to do is I want to honor those people that actually reached out to me. Because sometimes it's interesting and sometimes it's not. Also, one of the big parts of CES are the Innovation Awards. So I figured I'd go to the Innovation Award site. And of course, I can scroll through and look at all of the 2021 Innovation Award winners. And we can look and see if any of these catch our eye. Again, I'm warning you right now, this entire website for the Innovation Awards, unless there's something wrong with my browser, is a horrible user interface. And then we also have the exhibitor directory. Now, if I look over here, there are 1,960 exhibitors. Now, I'll be honest with you, at a real show, there's a lot more than that. And I kind of went through this earlier, and I was looking through the exhibitor directory, and I was looking to see, whether my friends were there, the people that I see every year. A lot of the small ones aren't there. And I'll be honest with you, the big ones are just spectacle companies for me. If I'm going to see it in Best Buy like next week, or if I was a rich person, that's not exciting to me. Yes, I'm sure LG has a 97,000-inch curved screen, and that's great, and I really wish I could afford one. But I want to hear about things that are, just really cool and also really small, and they're not all here. Plus, the way you have to go through this, it really is about how good are these people at wooing me with their names and their logos. And that scares me, right? That really, really scares me. I don't know what, I know what Anthem does, but I don't know what Austere does. I don't know what BA Energy does. And so am I going to have to click on each one of these to see what products they are? So this is not as I would like. So I'm like, okay. So maybe what I should do is I should go through the usual suspects, right? So the usual suspects would be something like virtual reality, right? And if I do that, I go from 1960 exhibits to 249. That's not bad. What about something like augmented reality? Again, another hot topic. Now, I got to 1329, which worries me that maybe more people put AR than they should have. What about game? Do a lot of work in game. I teach game design. 123. All right. In game, what about gaming? 187. See, now we're realizing this entire show is based on how good these companies bother to flag their own damn keywords. Right? Think about that. Anybody who put down gaming should have put down game. What about sex? Oh, we got the 7 sex tech companies. And let me tell you something. There was a lot more than 7 sex tech companies there last year. Of course, I'm looking for 3D printing. I'm looking at filament. And I got 3 companies. And one of the biggest companies I'm looking for isn't here. So it's an interesting mix this year, and I realize that I can't wait for next year. I'm not trying to be down on what they've done. I want to be very, very upfront about the fact that this is not the standard consumer electronics show, so I'm not going to do my standard video. So I've got my emails, I've got the companies that I can go through based on category keywords, I've got the Innovation Award honorees, and then lastly, I can just go through Twitter and see what other people have said. Now you're like, that's horrible. But no, it's not. Because part of CES is the buzz. Part of CES is hunting down the show darlings and looking for them yourselves. So one of my favorites a few years ago, there was somebody who had a cell phone with a taser built in, and everybody was talking about this one company with a cell phone, the taser built in. And I hunted them down, and they were a small company. They were just one that everyone was talking about, and it sucked. I mean, but it was fun to go see them. Last year, my favorite last year was the guy who had built a smart potato. And he had built a piece of technology that turned your potato into a decision-making thing. But it's really just a way of him showing off of his engineering skills by creating a booth and this really weird bit of technology. And I don't think we're going to see as much of that this year. I think a lot of people are like, I'm not going to get my bang for the buck, so I'm just not going to do it. So again, put that into context of what we're looking at here. Now, mainstream media, and I don't mean this in a negative sense. There is such thing as mainstream media. I'm not them. I'm an industry analyst. I'm a occasional, bring me on your show to talk about something to translate. So I'm not what those guys are. Those guys are trying to pretend that everything is normal when it comes to this stuff. I mean, this consumer confidence, all type of good stuff. So they're going to be doing what they normally do. That's what they do. They go out there and they put their clips together. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go through and I'm going to pretty much cynically do what I do. And I say cynically because I can't touch anything this year. And it's so sad because I love touching toys. Wait till next year. And by the way, people send me stuff. And when they send me stuff, I review, I do that kind of stuff. So by all means, if you want a good pitch, again, I'm not shy about it. I love getting toys. So let me come over here and sign in. I'm going to pause the video while I sign in. And I'm back. I have unpaused the video. I'm back and I'm recording, and I'm logged in. Look, I'm Jared Bendis, and I'm all digital. And of course, there's the live events, the keynote address, the featured speaker, the directory. But I want to go to the exhibitor directory, which is what I'm in right now. And if I come over here, what you're going to go is like, wait a second, this is the exact same thing you saw the last time. Well, it is, but it isn't, because now you're going to see the words add to my show and the words remove, because I've already gone through. And I've added every exhibit that I thought looked interesting. And yes, that means I spent a lot of time judging books by their cover. And I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here because I've got no idea what this is going to look like. And I have no idea how many of these I actually added to my show. I did try to come over and add some of the regular ones, as in the people that I see every year that I think do really good work, and I hope you're listening. And let's see what they come over here. So let's come over here and look at my exhibitors and see how many exhibitors. Oh, they don't tell me how many exhibitors I have, but I do have them in alphabetical order. And you can sort of see all of the exhibits. Oh my God, we're going to be here for a while. Well, you know what? I'm okay with that because I don't think we're going to be here for as long as you think, but they are in alphabetical order from Wonder Size to Aftershokz. And let's come over here and see what this looks like. If I click on Aftershokz, I'm going to right click and see what happens. Open link in new tab. And we come over here and it brings up the company. And here we go, Aftershokz. Now, I love Aftershokz. This is a known company for me. They are the king of bone induction headphones. I have had multiple versions from their old Aftershokz Blues when they're big and bulky to the titaniums, to the wired and the wireless. Now, I've always gone with the wireless ones, and a couple years ago, they said, try our wired ones, and I hated them, despised them. It sounded like a good idea. I just didn't like them. I love their wireless headphones. So what they're doing is they're showing off some new product this year. The first one they're showing off is the wireless stereo bone conduction. And of course, what they've got is this idea that there's a really good little boom mic. And that's what's really cool about it. So normally it's just the bone induction and they sit in front of your temples and they go in. It's so cool because if you put your fingers in the ear, it gets louder. You can hear things just fine and you can wear them all day because your ears are uncovered. So they love it for sports and athletes. I wear them when I fly because I can wear the ear planes in them, which are the ceramic filters that allow me to fly without getting ear pressure built up. So for the most part, they're not the king of music headphones, but they really allow you to wear them all day long without a problem. And what they've done is they've created a sort of a much higher quality microphone for them, which is an innovation for them. There was two other ones that they had. What else did they had? They had, what is this one? This is a long-lasting battery for workout. And this one, I think, is a cheaper one. And it has a non-long-lasting life battery. Now, when it comes to Aftershokz, I can pretty much tell you with reliability, if they've got a new product, I'd want to check it out. I really would. Their stuff is really, really good quality sounding, and it's part of my personal kit. These are the kind of things you actually can buy at Best Buy. I don't know if these ones are out yet, but that's what I would have asked. I would have said, when are you out? What kind of things you have? And then, of course, I could come down and I could chat with them and ask them questions, but they're not available to, of course, because it's late at night and that's not what's going on. But that's what Aftershokz has, and they've got some new products, and that's cool, and I'm happy, and we move on. All right, American Printing House. No idea who these people are. All right, this is going to probably ask me for permission to visit them, because I haven't clicked on their link yet. And this is the thing. I'm going to go through each one of these things and see what happens. And at some point, I'm just going to stop and maybe make chapters. I consent. You may have a thing. American Printing House, right, empowers people who are blind or visually impaired by finding accessible, innovative products, materials, and services for lifelong success. Okay. So they make, all right, so they make, all right, so they're doing toy type things, they're coding for accessibility. Not what I'm looking for today. Next! That's what's going to happen. And I don't feel bad about that, because there's a lot of accessibility stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love some of it, but some of it is just not, didn't jump out at me. And yes, that's how quickly I have to do this. Can you get my attention? And this is the other thing. It keeps freezing. And my connection is powerful. There we go. Anycubic. All right. So what is Anycubic? Anycubic is a 3D printer. It's a versatile 2-in-1 3D printer. It's a 2-in-1 3D printer and laser engraver. All right. Now, the cool thing about it is if I'm not mistaken, if they're doing a 2-in-1 3D printer, they're probably using... they're probably going to be doing the volumetric. They're using the liquid, the resin printer, and resin printers are pretty cool because they use a light to harden the resin, and they give you really high quality resin prints. And now there are multiple types of resins out there. I don't have a resin printer. I think resin printing is cool, but I also think resin printing is messy. It's just a thing you have to do. That being said, yeah, resin printing is high resolution. That's great. But I will be honest with you, I am always, always weary of anybody who's trying to do the twofers where they're doing the laser engraving, because laser engraving is such a funny thing. Um, when you do laser cutting and laser engraving, it all depends on how powerful that laser is. And let's put it this way: anybody who owns a laser cutter or laser engraver wants a more powerful one. They want one that's faster. They want one that can cut deeper. So anytime I see one of the things, they're like, we can also engrave because you can't cut. So I would look at this and go, oh, okay, whatever. And the reason I say, oh, okay, whatever, is this. Who wakes up in the morning and says, I have a great idea. I'm going to invent a new 3D printer? They're often, and again, I'm not disparaging Anycubic, but when I look at 3D printers, I look at them and go, is this a Me Too company? Is this a company that says, hey, Me Too, I want to do this? And I don't mean that in Me Too because they've done horrible things. I mean Me Too in the sense of that they're just, bandwagoning. They want to be on it. And, again, I don't know about them. I've worked with some different printers out there, but you've got to go really how innovative do you have to be? And since these all use disposable materials, consumable materials, you have to wonder, like, who are you getting in bed with? Who are you going to say, I'm going to work with this company and this company's materials? So, yeah, cool. They got a 3D printer, but you got to really sell me on a good 3D printer. All right, let's go to the next one. App Media. See, I'm not walking down. No one's giving me any swag. But I did spend a little time on that because they at least were a good introduction. They got me with the 2-for-1. Even though I don't like the 2-for-1, they sucked me in with the 2-for-1. All right. They distribute mobile application books, app books. And that does nothing for me. Obviously, they're trying to break into the U.S. market, and we continue on. Now, want to point out, by the way, that I am in no way, shape, or form xenophobic about these companies. When you see a lot of the companies where it looks very clear they're trying to break into the American market, that means that I'm not their audience. So when you go to a show like this, you're going to see that there's really two different types of companies. There's B2B and B2C. And B2B is business to business. And a lot of companies out here are businesses that are looking to sell to other businesses. They're looking for resellers. They're looking for partners. They're trying to get somewhere. I'm more interested in B2C, business to consumer. And those are the people that are selling me product now. Because a lot of the coolest companies you've ever seen never break into the U.S. market. Matter of fact, sometimes while you're at the show, you'll convince somebody to give you something for a couple of bucks. I've literally bought some strange Chinese tech every year. I end up buying a weird camera that doesn't exist in this country that I shouldn't have bought because I gave somebody cash. And that it is what it is. And, a lot of times they don't make it. So you got to deal with that. Let's go to bigger inside. Look, we're all the way up to the B's. Well, remember, I'm not looking at everyone. I'm looking at the ones that I've pre-curated based on no idea. Again, I literally, based on names that I know, names that I like, but not necessarily everything out there. And look at all these people I'm saying yes to. Now, obviously, if it's bigger inside and it's science fiction, then this is probably going to be something, obviously they're going to the sort of the Doctor Who sort of thing. They create advanced virtual reality sensory immersion experience available, the most advanced virtual reality sensory immersion experience available on the market. Yes! Our motion capture technology allows players to literally embody their avatar from head to toe by way of each finger of the hand. All right, so what do they have? All right, I'm interested now. I'm interested. I love haptics. I love alternate user interfaces. So let's click on some of the pictures first. Wish I could tell which was CG and which was not. Laser tag friendly mixed reality arena. All right. So this is cool. I'm not going to lie that this looks cool. I'm also not going to lie that I have no idea what I'm actually looking at. So let's hit play and watch a little their video. Okay, so this is clearly a video game, but I want to see some real world stuff. Alright, so this is just in-game footage. I don't want in-game footage. Here we go. Let's look at their trailer. They got me to click their trailer. Good for them. Bigger inside. Alright. I just want to see what it is. Don't sell me. Alright, they got gloves. They got shoe sensors. All right. So, I've seen enough. I've seen enough to say two things. Number one is this B2B or is this B2C? Are they selling these laser tag arenas out and around? Are they? And I would talk to them if I were there, and they would tell me that they're putting these all over the place, or that they're looking for franchisees or whatever, or they're trying to sell the tech because they don't know what they're doing yet. Well, what I will tell you is I'd want to try it. So here, you win. I would want to try this. This is pretty cool. So Bigger Inside is doing augmented reality laser tag, and that's pretty damn cool. So good on you. Am I going to pursue this any further? No. Let's go with Seenetic VR. All right. Oh, boarding ring. All right. If you look, the next three say Case Western Reserve University. I'm not going to lie. I work for Case Western Reserve University, and they have a lot of cool stuff every year. Matter of fact, it's amazing to see. Case was one of the first places to have, to really bring the university into CES. And now there's a whole, university row at CES. And it's cool that they even did it online. At Boarding Ring, we want to help people feel better in the mobility. We develop motion sickness mitigating solutions such as glasses, lighting systems, and accessories for virtual reality. All right, I'm in. What do they got? So I want to know what they have, and they're not going to tell me unless I hit play. Not a big fan of that. Don't hold me hostage for a video. A 46-second video. All right, so what am I looking at? All right. Okay, so what am I looking at? All right, so it looks like they've put in peripheral vision lights. Okay. And what is that doing? All right, so I'm confused here. I'm assuming it's doing something cool, but I can't tell what it is from here. Now, what I do know is that okay, that really tells me nothing. VR sickness is over. That's what it tells me. Great, let's do it one more time. It better not be the same video. It's the same video. Damn it. All right. So if you are prone to motion sickness, and I am terribly prone to motion sickness, what you're going to know is a lot of it has to do with the synchronization. So like if you turn your head and the graphics don't turn fast enough, that will make you sick as a dog. But a lot of it also is the fact that we're doing these horribly immersive, and you've got the peripheral vision making it so deeply immersive. So what we can do a lot of times is if you actually go through and almost tunnel vision it, that's enough to actually lower your stuff. So I don't know what they're doing here. It doesn't tell you. Hi, I can provide you with details. You were supposed to tell me about details beforehand. Oh, there's a brochure. All right, I'm gonna stick with them a little bit longer. Oh, the most powerful immersive virtual. Okay. All right, what is this? The eyes, the inner ear. All right, so what is it? It's a standalone accessory for VR headsets. It displays light signals to synchronize the user's senses. Okay, now I'm in love. I hate their marketing people. Damn you, marketing people. All right, so this is nice. And you can buy it for $300 for the Vive. And that's all they say. So we're going to click it. We're going all in, folks. We're going all the way through to shipping expected. Okay, next month. I can deal with that. Made in France. Cool with me. All right. Provides light signals to your peripheral field of vision and synchronize your eyes with your balance system and avoids VR sickness. You can enjoy long-term immersion with the unique comfort and experience the full power of virtual reality. But it's only available for the Vive. All right. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'll say that's pretty cool. As somebody who suffers from motion sickness, I will say this is a pretty neat piece of technology. So let's just say I was at the show right now. Let's pretend I was at the show. I'd go, can I try it? And they'd go, sure. And then I'd put it on and I'd go, wow, that's pretty cool. And I would be there watching it for 2 minutes and I'd go, this is something to watch. And I will say that this is still something to watch. So, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad I'm doing this now. All right, I'm all in. while we're at it, I should mention that my normal I'm actually going back to the exhibitor directory. I'm going to sneak ahead. Normally, there is a company I work with, and I don't think I flagged them. Let's see if they're there. Relief Band. Is Relief Band here? Ah. And there, I don't think they are. Let's All right, yep, no, Relief Band. So I'm going to do a non-CES moment for you. So Relief Band is one of the companies that's normally at CES. They're also at GDC, the Game Developers Conference, which I attend, and they've been doing this for years. And they have this thing that does electrical impulses, and they've got FDA approval, and they can prove that it works. And this thing is how I deal with motion sickness. What it does is it does this little electrical zapping in your wrist, and it causes your stomach to go into sync with your wrist, and it's amazing. And it's really, really cool. And I've been using it for years, and the company went evil, but they went unevil, and they're a great company, and I love them. And this version has nickel in it, so I couldn't wear it, so I had to get this version, which doesn't have nickel in it. It's even got rechargeable batteries. Really, really cool. But not CES is here, so I'm giving them the CES from not CES shout out, and that's kind of a weird one. Again, one other one, by the way, is Night Eyes, which I'm sure I'm spelling wrong. No, I'm not. Night Eyes is always at CES, and they are an amazing company. Matter of fact, you can't go to a store and not find something that Night Eyes sells. They have like hundreds of products, but every store's got like 20. And whether you're at Walmart or Home Depot or wherever you go, they're going to have all sorts of products. And I see Night Eyes every year. I mean, and they have like major booths and all sorts of crazy little things that they sell and distribute. And they're not here this year. I mean, I don't blame them, but they're not here this year. So what does that tell you? And again, that tells you that this is a different show. And I'm cool with that, but I just want us to take a look at that. Now, we're going to do 3 Case Western ones. I'm going to do them relatively quickly. I'm actually having a good time so far. I haven't had to do any cuts. I haven't had to go like, all right, oh no, Case is going to know who I am. It's kind of funny because, again, I work there, which means that they're going to hunt me down and ask me for money. Which is extra funny because I'm also an alum, so they always ask me for money. So what do they have here? They have the 3D printed violin, and I know about the 3D printed violin, and it's amazing because apparently it's much smaller than a regular violin, but it sounds like really, really great, and it's cheaper than a regular violin, and it's really meant to change the world. The really cool stuff with them. I'm gonna hit play. Give them a quickie. 3D music. All right, what do we got? I can't tell the difference between violin A and violin B. So again, pretty cool. And what's nice about this is that you're looking at how they're doing cool stuff at Case Western Reserve University, and it isn't just a matter of like doing research and development. It's about research and development and making into product. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure I'm skipping some of them. I'm sorry, folks. I can't do all 3, all Case Western. I'm going to do whatever's first on the Case Western booths. So let's take a look and see what the next one is. See if it asks. Oh, I got to get my permission again. Oh, they're going to think I'm in love with them. All right. And what's the next one they have? All right. 360 Alley produces AR experiences that increase customer engagement and provide a wow factor. All right. What do we got here? All right. They've got an AR app. All right. And Cleveland-based AR stuff is great. I think it's really important that every city has their own regional development stuff. It really is important. If you can develop locally, you should. And I mean that, I don't mean this like, again, for every city, people don't realize that there are massive amounts of development probably going on in whatever city you're in right now. If you need an artist, you don't need to go to the next city over. You can hire a local. And there's a lot of reasons to do that, especially when it comes to just the intimacy of development. And what you're seeing there is a lot of these things out there. And so that really is an important one. And it's different than a bandwagoning thing where it's like, I'm going to be in the AR business too. It's like, no, I'm going to be serving my community in the AR business with the technology we're working with. I'm all for local. if it works for you. But a lot of times when you're doing development stuff, it really is worth it because you want to have that ongoing relationship. All right, let's do one last case one before everyone thinks that I'm just, shilling for where I work. It's so weird, again, because I would be spending the weeks walking. I would do like 6-7 miles a day. All right, now we have to talk about ThinkBox. And I am friends with everyone over at ThinkBox. ThinkBox, it's 7-story, 50,000 square foot, world-class public access innovation space. It's more than just a maker space. It's an innovation space. And I think it's really weird because people just see it like, oh my God, laser cutters and 3D printers and CNC machines. But those are just parts of it. That's the stuff that people want to touch. But really what it is, it's about crafting ideas, developing those ideas. And if you're in Cleveland and it's not a pandemic, anybody can walk in and check this place out. And it is amazing. It really is one of the most amazing spaces like it in the country. And again, our motto is think beyond the possible. All right, let's get rid of that. I've done my shout outs for them. All right, COLOP Digital. No idea. And I did this on purpose, by the way. When I started picking these things, I went through, did it based on category, and then a little bit of what I'm doing here is just like, some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be like, wah, wah, wah. I'm going to be honest with you, because that's what happens in the real world too. All right, what is this? The leading producers of modern marking products and supplies. They make marking products. All right. So what do they make? They make, what do they make? Oh, they mark on ribbon. Oh, this is a good one. Sorry. So we've been seeing a lot of these recently, and what they are is they're little portable printers where you can print on anything. But what these guys are doing is they're printing on ribbon too, which means that they're being really smart, because when you got to print on anything, you might do it right, you might do it wrong. Let's hit play on their little video. I want one of these, by the way. I haven't. You can buy these things now. I just haven't bought one yet. All right. You can print on a banana, because that's what I need to do. Oh yeah. I love that they have the thing to hold it, because a lot of the companies are just like any which way, and like, no, they're being really smart. Whatever this company is, they know what they're doing. Yeah, this is awesome. This is why I go to CES. It's for stuff like this. The ribbon is brilliant. Uh-oh. And some of them are food safe. I know people that's how they print on cookies. I don't know if these are food safe, but some of the ones that they have are food safe. So you can make your own ribbons, and look at that. Iron on. Ooh. All right, I'm in love. I want one of these. Oh, nice. Stamps and mobile printing. Very, very clever. So, and again, I've got no idea if this company is an original company or just one of these people that was like, these people don't know what they're doing. We do. They know damn well that they're fighting into the rubber stamp market. And that's what they're really doing, is they're creating sort of an anytime stamp. And that's how they're going to market it. That's how they're going to sell it. And they can, by putting those templates on, they're really looking at the crafting market. They're not trying to get into, they're looking at, they know who their audience is. So very, very cool here. I would have hyped this amazingly if I was there. All right. But how much is it? How do I get one? Where is it? All right. What do I click on? Press release. Ooh, catalog. That's always a good thing. Let's click on the catalog and see what they have to say. Catalog. All right. There it is. All right. This is not that exciting. I want to see pricing. All right. They've got an app for that. Multicolor printing. They make QR codes. They've got templates. This is nice. They are really, really, yeah, look at that. Just get rid of all those rubber stamps that literally people still use, because there's so many things that we forget. Like at work the other day, someone's like, there's still a typewriter, because there are certain things that still can only be done with a typewriter. And again, they have one in a box in case it ever breaks. But it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, there are certain things where you have to stamp things, and yeah, you get rid of that. That's nice. That's very nice. All right, waiting for it. Oh my God, this catalog goes on and on. Oh, they're selling templates. They must be selling add-ons. This is cool. All right, let's see if it. Let me jump to the end. Catalogs usually have a URL at the end. All right. emarkcolop.com. All right. You win. We're going to go all the way there. I feel like this is like a thing, do I press play on the video? Do I watch the PDF? Now I'm going to click on buy now, right? That's how good they got me. Oh, great. Get to a dealer. Oh, I'm in Ohio. Let's go to Cincinnati. That's okay. Wow. All right. I was kidding, but let's go all the way here. Wait, what's it called again? COLOP. And that's the other thing. They didn't tell you how it was pronounced. Let's try eMark. Nope. They sent me there, but I can't buy it. Well, that makes sense. That's very common, by the way. Welcome to CES. They're going to show you something cool, and they're not going to sell it to you. It happens. Anyway, pricing. At least look at the pricing. All right, product comparisons, 300 pounds, 269 pounds. All right, I'm in. That is awesome. All right, good to go. Ooh, there's a shop. They have an electronic shop. Oh no, you gotta do their ones. You gotta use their. Okay, very good. So highly recommended on my list. I would love to talk about them, but I can't. So that was pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're up to the D's. Look at that. Now again, I could have skipped over your favorite company by now, and I'm sorry if I did. Let's come over here and let's see what Deepixel is. I know it says Deepixel, but it's Deepixel, or I don't know. I'm very excited. The next one's Department of Homeland Security, so we'll see what they're selling. They're selling our freedom. No, they're protecting our freedom. I'm not really. All right, what do we got? Deepixel is a visual intelligent tech startup based on computer vision and machine learning. I literally heard nothing. That was blah, blah, blah. Our technology will make it more intuitive and interactive. Interaction and communication between human and the digital world. Now we're focusing on a virtual try-on tech for jewelry, beauty, and fashion, AR commerce for future shopping experience. Oof. All right. Why can't they just tell you that you get to try before you buy? They're right. I'm lost. They lose. Next, Homeland Security, Science and Technology. Now, of course, I love the Department of Homeland Security. They protect our borders and all those sorts of good things, and I've only been detained by them once. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I have a friend who was he was visiting me, and we were driving back from the Canadian border, but it turns out across the Canadian border, but it turns out he wasn't allowed to be in the country, and he thought he was allowed to be, but he wasn't. He didn't do anything wrong, by the way, but it was just one of those things where it took a while for it to get cleared up, and I was detained at the border for 4 hours, so I wasn't really detained. All right, see how the government research is working for you. All right, that's cool. So it's more of a marketing thing. I'll use the word propaganda, but in the right way. But it's important that people know that these people are working really hard. I mean, there are cool things going on behind the scenes. All right, I was curious. All right, so that brings us to the D's. Also brings me to the almost to the 40-minute mark. I'm like 38 minutes in. So I'm going to take a break. I'm really, really happy with the way this is going so far. I've got no idea how many of these videos I'm going to do. But again, my name is Jared Bendis. I hope you come back for parts, 2 through 20. This is CES 2021 from my home. And make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. And of course, if you're one of these companies and you want to send me product to review, the address is on my website. All right, I'll be back for the next part.